The human mind is amazing. 100 billion neurons, each one firing constantly to create 1,000 connections with other neurons. That's 100 trillion thoughts, sensations, memories, ideas, and decisions every day. If your brain was a hard drive, it'd be a high-end 2.5 petabyte hard drive. That's lots of zeros. But your brain isn't a hard drive. It's 100% organic. And the downside of that is that we can and do make mistakes. Actually, our brains work best when they work with other brains, other people. It's because we share knowledge, ideas, and experiences through conversation that we can build the communities that power our civilization and help us create things like art, science, medicine, and modern technology. We use our shared experiences to make life better and safer for everyone. Safety isn't just about rules, it's about dealing with dilemmas and making choices, speaking up and sharing experiences, because we care about ourselves and others. Our brains are amazing, but the downside is that we can get overconfident and make judgments too quickly. We make mistakes and forget things precisely because we're human. It's nothing to do with intelligence, it's just the way we're wired. But it's something we can deal with by talking to each other and pooling our brain power to make the right choices. And making the right choice is Pretty's dilemma tonight. It's been a hard day. She and her assistant Anil are in the office late because an important file they'd been working on all day wasn't saved. Pretty has a young family at home, so it's no surprise she's tired. But she wants to get the job finished, so she decides to stay on until it's done. Working late doesn't happen often, but when it does, Pretty knows the advice. Don't drive home tired, take the bus. But she drives home every day. Is tonight any different? Nothing bad has ever happened, even when she's been tired. Deep down, she knows it's a risk, but now it just feels normal. Anil isn't so sure. On the other side of the world, Miguel also has a dilemma. Every day he leaves a valve open that drains water from a vessel so that it doesn't carry over to a reactor, cause a process upset, and trip the plant he works at. All his colleagues do it. They know it's a workaround, but it saves going up and down several ladders every time the vessel needs to be drained, and it keeps production going. Sonia, in the control room, knows about the workaround, but the supervisor doesn't. Miguel tells her he's worried that one day he will get distracted and forget to close the valve at the right time. If that happens, hydrocarbons could leak out and do more than trip the plant. Pretty and Anil have got their job completed. Pretty picks up her car keys. She doesn't realize what she is risking. Anil must overcome his social fear of speaking out. He wants to show that he cares, so he says, "Let's talk about this." Miguel is afraid to speak up in front of his team, but he can talk to Sonia. He knows he can make mistakes, and that any one of his colleagues might too. But speaking up is something he's not done before. He'd be embarrassed. Sonia says there must be another way of doing this. If we don't say something, who will? That helps Miguel see the dilemma differently, through a lens of care. People can get hurt if he remains silent. Pretty and Anil, Miguel and Sonia, have been through a journey, and they've understood that the best way of dealing with the dilemmas they face is to speak up and have conversations with their colleagues. Risks do become normalized. We do make mistakes. Our brains can be deceived, but our minds can also be changed. By talking about our dilemmas and risks, we can change the way we think and act. Let's take our next steps to Goal Zero. Discover where you normalize risk. Share your dilemmas. Show you care.